The history of Palestine is one of the oldest and most complex in the world. Already around 3,000 years before Christ, the Canaanites settled in the region, founding city-states such as Jericho and Megiddo, which became some of the earliest urban centers in human civilization. During the second millennium before Christ, Egypt, under powerful pharaohs such as Thutmose III, extended its influence over Palestine, shaping trade, culture, and religion. By the 12th century before Christ, the Israelites began to establish a distinct identity in the region, as reflected in biblical narratives of King Saul, David, and Solomon. Around 1,000 years before Christ, a united kingdom of Israel was formed, which later divided into two realms, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. In the 6th century before Christ, the Babylonians conquered Jerusalem, destroyed the first temple, and exiled a large part of the Jewish population to Babylon. Under the Persian Empire in the 5th century before Christ, Jews were allowed to return and rebuild the Second Temple. In the following centuries, Palestine came under successive foreign powers. Greek rule after Alexander the Great in the 4th century before Christ, followed by Roman rule from the 1st century before Christ. In the year 70 after Christ, Roman forces under Emperor Titus destroyed Jerusalem and the Second Temple, scattering the Jewish population. During the following centuries, Palestine became part of the Byzantine Empire until the Arab-Muslim conquest in the 7th century after Christ brought it under Islamic rule. The region flourished under various caliphates, including the Umayyads, Abbasids, and later the Fatimids. In the 12th century after Christ, European crusaders established short-lived Christian states in the area, but these were reconquered by Muslim forces under the leadership of Saladin at the end of that century. From the 16th century onward, Palestine became part of the Ottoman Empire, a status it retained for nearly 400 years. After World War I and the fall of the Ottoman Empire in 1918 after Christ, the League of Nations placed Palestine under British mandate. The period between 1918 and 1947 was marked by increasing Jewish immigration, partly driven by persecution in Europe and the Zionist movement's goal of establishing a Jewish homeland. Tensions and violence between Jewish and Arab communities escalated. In the year 1947 after Christ, the United Nations proposed a partition plan dividing the land into a Jewish and an Arab state. The Jewish leadership accepted the plan, while the Arab leadership rejected it. When the State of Israel was proclaimed in 1948 after Christ, the surrounding Arab nations invaded, leading to the First Arab-Israeli War. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced, an event Palestinians refer to as the Nakba, or catastrophe. In the following decades, multiple wars reshaped the borders of the region. The Suez Crisis of 1956 after Christ, the Six-Day War of 1967 after Christ, in which Israel occupied the West Bank, East Jerusalem, Gaza, the Golan Heights, and the Sinai Peninsula, and the Yom Kippur War of 1973 after Christ. The occupation of Palestinian territories became the central issue of the ongoing conflict. In 1987 after Christ, the first Palestinian uprising, known as the First Intifada, began, leading to widespread protests and clashes. The Oslo Accords, signed in 1993 after Christ, established limited Palestinian self-governance under the Palestinian Authority in parts of the West Bank and Gaza. However, peace efforts repeatedly failed to resolve core issues such as borders, refugees, and the status of Jerusalem. A second uprising, the Second Intifada, erupted in the year 2000 after Christ, bringing another period of intense violence. After Israel's withdrawal from Gaza in 2005 after Christ, the territory came under the control of Hamas in 2007 after Christ, while the West Bank remained under the administration of the Palestinian Authority. Since then, deep political divisions have persisted between the two Palestinian factions. In the decades that followed, periodic wars between Israel and Hamas caused great destruction and humanitarian crises in Gaza. Efforts by the international community to achieve a lasting peace have repeatedly stalled. The expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank has continued to complicate prospects for a two-state solution. In the 21st century after Christ, particularly in the years 2021 and 2023 after Christ, renewed violence erupted, leading to high civilian casualties and international condemnation. The situation in Gaza worsened dramatically, with widespread destruction, displacement, and severe humanitarian suffering. As of the year 2025 after Christ, Palestine remains divided between the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Millions of Palestinians continue to live under occupation or in exile. Despite decades of negotiations, the dream of an independent and peaceful Palestinian state alongside Israel remains unfulfilled. The region continues to be a symbol of both ancient heritage and modern struggle, a crossroads of faith, history, and the enduring human hope for justice and peace.